pink. Oh, I can't do supers. I've only got one hand.
I slip out.
Whoop. Hey everyone, welcome to Review Time. I am, as always, your host, Islip Kokolisa, for those who want to know how to pronounce the whole thing. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Year of the Snake Transformers Platinum Edition Optimus Prime. Now, hopefully this isn't coming out too dark, but I had to take the light source away. Sorry for the wiggly camera. I had to take the light source away because the box is high. You can see me kind of very reflective. It's red with gold foil on it. Nice picture of Optimus. Unfortunately, he doesn't look that great inside the thing. It's pretty awesome. Considering this is a Hasbro release, this is pretty awesome. And you can open it up, and you can see this is exactly how he came packed when I got him. I have since, of course, opened him up. And here's the Year of the Snake Optimus picture with the bio, which reads, "With the freedom of an entire world under the threat of Optimus Prime, with the freedom of the entire world under threat, Optimus Prime steps up to challenge Megatron and the Decepticons. Though he yearns for peace, he cannot idly stand by while others are oppressed. So even as others cower in fear of the shadow of the Decepticon tyrant, Optimus Prime stands tall, resists, and pushes onward to victory." Yeah, I kind of did hurt myself when I did that. So let's turn the camera back, and woo! You can see how reflective things are. But, yeah, and then you can see it's just a beautiful, beautiful box, which I'm going to keep. See on the back, it's got, Optimus in super mode. Now, the Optimus that's pictured here, there are a few things, well, there's really one thing that's wrong with it, is that, well, two, because this matrix is kind of wrong, but he's got, let's bring the box closer. You can see he's got kind of a mouth plate right there. My Optimus doesn't have that, thankfully. I was a little upset because I thought it was going to come with a mouth plate. But, there's the picture of the truck with the trailer. Here's Omega, which they say you can it says assault vehicles can combine with Omega, but it doesn't show you a picture of, you can actually combine Optimus with Omega. To make Omega Prime, Optimus Supreme, whatever. And there is the thing in garage mode or base mode. It says tower. It says Energon Tower, but it kind of looks more like hold on. It kind of looks like a mobile garage to me. So give me a second, and I will get him out of the box. And so now we're back, and here he is in the truck mode. And I honestly hated this truck for the longest. But, I mean, it looks ridiculous. It does. I mean, well, it kind of looks okay now. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, look, clearly his arms are right there. And his head is right here. It's not even hidden very well. I am Optimus Prime truck. And, his giant crown helmet thing is right there. And then again, and then this is just ridiculous looking. Nah, I'm not going to lie. But for some reason, I kind of like it. He's got ports for mini-cons. And, yeah, let's concentrate on the Optimus piece for the moment. Put that there. And it's okay. It's painted pretty decently. The red is an Optimus kind of red. The plastic feels a little weird. Does it feel a little weird? I don't know. It feels a little. Maybe because it's a matte color. It's not the shiny with the gloss like the original was, or this might be a different type of plastic. And I'm starting to think that might be the case. But it's still pretty good. It's still better than the plastic we've been getting lately. The wheels roll. Well, most of them do when they touch the ground. Unfortunately, his knees here kind of stick out down a little bit, so yeah, it doesn't. That's okay, I can deal with that. And for comparison, here is the original, minus, of course, the doors and the guns, you know, with his matrix exposed. Now, on the picture, let's hope. Oh no, I was wrong. This was right. Never mind. Anyway, but yeah. Now, there is a definite. No, there isn't. There would be a definite weight difference to the two of these because this guy here doesn't have the electronics that the other guy does. Yeah, he doesn't have the electronics that this guy right here does. So he does feel a slight bit lighter than this guy here. Also, this guy has his rims painted. This guy doesn't. That's kind of a shame, but I can take care of that if I really want to. But everything else is painted pretty nicely. The headlights are yellow instead of blue. And it's just more of a G1 color scheme, whereas this is, let's see, we've got red, we've got a white stripe, and mostly like a black color. And even the heads, like this head is a bluish gray or grayish blue. This one is a G1 deep blue. So, yeah, this is my nephew's. It was mine. I bought it off of a friend, and yes, it was all colored like this. He sold it to me cheap. He didn't try to color this up, somebody else did. But, yeah, but, you know, still, just to give you a comparison, it's the exact same mold. Even has the same Energon spark crystal here and whatever. So, that's that. He didn't come with a gun, but you can take this Optimus's gun and put it right there. It still works. So yeah, let's take a look at the drones. Well, you know, let's take a look at the trailer first, because there's a gimmick with this trailer. If you haven't already watched an Optimus review, well, get ready. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take the trailer connector, close it down, and then you're going to transform it by doing this. And you fold this out, fold this down, you put this up, and I guess you could, you know, oh, you can't see it, but you can tilt it like that, or however you want to, and then you just come back here and you pull this foot out to help keep it up, and that's pretty much it transformed into the tower mode. Now, we're going to go in number of order. You'll see there are sliders here, here, here on the other side. If you can either open up the doors or not open them and flick them hard enough, and it'll shoot out whichever you want. This will work better if I just leave the door open. Okay, if I can get it to do it. Okay, yeah, okay, so okay, there's that, the submarine, and you open this up and tilt it to the side, and there's a helicopter pad for the helicopter. And when I first got this, I couldn't figure out why the tower wouldn't stand up when I had the helicopter out, and it turns out that I indeed forgot to fold this thing in. If you don't fold this in, what happens is it's a little unstable, and when you put something there, it tips over. So make sure, if you get this, you fold this in. But otherwise, it turns into a little tower garage thing, which you can actually put other figures in if you want to. Let's see. Dark of the Moon, Cyberverse Commander, Ironhide, stick him in there and, you know, push him all the way back and vroom, he comes shooting right out. So you can do that, which is actually how I've had it at the moment. You can take, let's see, who else can we take? We've got Ultra Magnus, which I had to put this on here like this because otherwise I couldn't close the door. But you know, you can put him in. You can put him in. He won't shoot out because he's kind of thick. So when you do move it, it kind of gets stuck. But you know, you can put that in there and just have him in there, which looks pretty nice, to be honest with you. Let's see. Of course, everybody's got one of these, a Bumblebee. You can stick that in there and, you know, shoot them out. Probably make a ramp and shoot them up. Let's see. Or not. But you get the idea. And then for the figures that are too big, like Bulkhead here, who just won't fit in, you can just have them parked on the side like that. So it's you know, it's neat. Oh, there's still a Transformer in there. Huh. Come out. So yeah, you can do that. You can use this as a garage. I mean, that's actually pretty good as a garage. It's rather convincing as a, you know, I guess it is kind of convincing as a carrier of sorts rather than a trailer. It doesn't really fit as a trailer, but a carrier, yeah. So, and you can see, let's close this up. They've replaced the Autobot markings with the Year of the Snake symbol. So that's pretty cool. And his trailer still has the designations OP1, OP2, OP3, OP4, but none of these have that designation on them. So I had to actually look at the older versions to see. Now let me bring out the older versions. And yes, this is probably going to be a long review. I can already see it's 12 minutes already. Let's start with the helicopter. It's a nice black helicopter here. Pretty awesome. Still does that. Well, it's not awesome, but it's okay. It's got the it's a funny looking helicopter, to be honest with you, but it still looks kind of cool, and it looks much better in black. Here's the same one in white. Ignore this. Somebody went and tried to color it again, but here it is in white, and it looks more like a rescue helicopter in white, and it looks more like it would be an attack helicopter in black. I do prefer the black over the white. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll go with the fire engine, which the original was this little orange dude here. Not bad, you know, bright orange. I like the orange, actually. Looks really nice. With these, you know, rotating gun cannon thingies. And the ladder extends and goes up and down. Here's the new one, which is sort of a brick red. It's a little bit brighter red on my camera, but it's actually like a brick red. And actually, I think the details have come out better on the new one than the old one. Otherwise, they're the exact same thing. Just different colors. The gray is darker on this ladder than this ladder, but I think ladders are silver anyway, so this actually fits better. So we'll get rid of the fire engine dude. I'll get rid of you, put you to the side. And let's go with the submarine, which was a blue, which I think that kind of made a lot of sense. It still looks cartoony, but makes a lot of sense. Where here it's gray, which I think submarines are generally a dark color, so this kind of doesn't make as much sense, but it fits with Omega Supreme. Like, this is the perfect color for the Omega Supreme figure. So got the gold, red, gray. This is pretty nice. It rolls. It doesn't do very much. It's got the grabby claw thingy. That's it. So, and then the one that I kind of like a lot, the drill. The reason I like the drill is because if you push it along, the drill spins. And which it does here too, which it's a sort of a copper brown color. And the drill is completely silver, whereas here it's yellow and burnt black, which I'm not too fond of. But this looks really nice. This is pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. So now having gotten those out of the way, I guess we'll bring Optimus back. So to transform him into his robot mode, actually you can just leave that gun there if you want to. The first thing you're going to do is just take the arms and just flick them to the side. And you can bring the hands out here. Come under here, and you can move this up just so you can get a hold of the feet. Bring out the heel and the toe, which are the exact same thing. You're going to take this part here. You're going to take this part here, and you're going to bring it up like this, and then kind of fold it in and sort of accordion it onto the back there. And that you can just leave as it is if you want to, or if you really want to, you can turn it around so that it lays flatter down and it's out of the way more. But this is how it is on the box and in the instructions, so we'll just leave it as it is. And then you just bring, oh god, just bring the head up, and that's it. That's Optimus Prime, and he's still a fatty. But you know what? So am I. I am definitely a fatty. And yeah, that's it. It's Optimus. This is Optimus later, past his prime. He is been, drinking a little bit too much of the brown energon, and it's giving him a big rep. His head rotates 360. It doesn't really look up, but it can look kind of down because of transformation. And, oh god, I got it stuck again. Arms rotate on the 360, up and down there, right there, and that's it. It doesn't really rotate. Like, you can move the arms out a little bit, but that's just due to transformation. It doesn't have a swivel at the elbows or the hands. The legs go forward that much, go back that much, bend at the knee, which I thought was up here, but it's not. And then goes in and out a bit, and the wheels, the hip wheels move out of the way. And that's it. That's all Optimus does. And you can take his gun. The gun has a missile. The missile will stay put away because I tend to lose them. The only reason I have the missiles on my Omega is just because, And his hands are the standard 3mm, 3mm, 5mm. I forget. It's the standard Transformer size hole. So you can take weapons from other bots if you want to, or even say a third-party transforming Optimus Target Master, and just kind of plug it in, and there you go. You've got Optimus wielding an Optimus, and it actually looks pretty good with him. So you can do that. He does transform into another mode, so I guess that's pretty much all we can do at the moment. Well, let me get the other Optimus transform so you can have a bit of a comparison. Where did it go? Oh, right in front of my face. So, you just do the same thing. You just legs down, flip them. It doesn't matter which order you go into. And you just, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time getting his leggies out. And you just flip the arms again to the side, according this. And here you can see where the batteries would go for the gimmick, which is no longer present on my Optimus. You can see the switch right there. and you can see they took the switch completely out. So he does not make a noise. And I was wondering if my Mega made noises because he has a battery cover. I'm going to assume that they took the electronics out of him as well. So just go ahead and flip this back, and there we go. And there you go. And you can see this Optimus is kind of torn up. He is. You can see his face is scraped. This, like it's silver paint that's underneath the head. So, but yeah, there are the two optimized. They're the same figure. Here, let's make them look even. These come off really easily. There, they're the same figure, same mold and everything. This Optimus has yellow eyes. This Optimus has light blue eyes, like the cartoon. Whereas this one has the eyes more of the original G1 toy, which was yellow. So that's it for that mode. Now it is time to take him to time to take him to his super mode. So, you can take his little drones and just transform them, into their basic mode, or collapsed mode, and whatever. And then from there, you can pick and choose what you want to be what. Now, we'll form up the limbs. Take his fire engine. I'm going to make it a foot. So what you're just going to do is this part here, you're just going to take it and rotate it. And that's it. And that's a foot. And I'm going to take the submarine. I'm going to try to do what's most stablest. And you can just do that to make him into a foot. Now you can scramble city these guys, so he can be these all can be feet or arms. If you want to make this thing an arm, you just leave it the way it was, like this. And instead of rotating this part, you're going to grab back here and you're going to swing it down. And you'll see there is a joint to rotate here. It bends there, and this little thing here would be the hand. But I'd rather it be a foot, so I'm going to turn it into a foot. Drill, if you want to make it a foot, you would take this and just bring it up like that, and then you can bring this up like this, and that would be a foot, but it's not very stable, so I'd rather have it as a weapon arm. So we're just going to leave it down. We're going to fold this up, take this thing, and just fold it down to the side. I think it's a cockpit. If you look closely, oh, sorry. It kind of looks like an unpainted cockpit, so there's that one, and then this one is going to become the other arm. Actually, no, I'm going to turn this into a foot, and then I'm going to turn the fire engine into an arm. I'll just fold that down. Fold this over like so. We're going to take his fist and fold it down like this just so we can flatten this up. And there we got an arm. And the thumb is like right in the middle. So this way you can have the fist this way or have it this way depending on which way you want to put them. So there we go. And now we're going to take this guy and we're going to transform him. First thing you do is collapse the hands in. Straighten the arms out so that they're out like this. You're going to fold these up. And then you're going to take, I probably should have done that in a different order. You're going to take this part here and you're going to bring it down like this so that these stick up, and then rotate these pieces on the end around, rotate them around so they're facing in the right direction. And then you just come over this way. Oh, actually, arm, move out of the way. You're going to take it and make that part here straight. Then you'll just flip it over and slide it over his head. And that makes the super mode head, which looks a little silly-ish, but hey, why not? And then you just start plugging stuff in. So we're going to take the foot and just slide it over his foot, slide it into this hole here. Just slide it down in, set up Voltron style. You're going to do the same for this foot here. There. And now you've got his legs done. And then for the arms, you're just going to take, it doesn't matter which way you do it, slide this over and then push it over till it touches his shoulder. Do the same thing. And then the last thing you do is you flip this open to expose the matrix. And that's him transformed. So that's him transformed. And then you can just arm him, put his weapon here if you want to. Or if you don't want to, you can, put it somewhere else. And comparison to the original, who also has a mouth plate and not an open mouth. And you can see I have him slightly transformed differently. His helicopter, actually with the helicopter I leave the blade out and just can pretend it's a spinning weapon. But you can see again, drill arms. And if I wanted to, I could take the pieces off of here and put them on here. So if I wanted to drill arms, I could just pull that off. And there we go. Optimus Prime drill mode. So there's that. Oh, gonna fall down. And he does have a bit of a balance issue. This one has more of a balance issue. He's more back heavy than the new one. But, let's get this guy out. Articulation is as such. The head doesn't really turn very much. You can kind of get it to look left and right a little bit, and that's it. Arms do a 360, in and out at the shoulder. Depending on the limb, can rotate here at the forearm and up, and that's it. This arm, same articulation, but you can do that. And then if you want to, you can turn the wheel and make it spin. Legs go forward, bend at the same knee, and that's it. That's the articulation, in and out. So it's the same as the base figure for the most part, except that now he has a rotation at the forearms. So, and if you're getting like a Voltron Megazord type deja vu, it is okay, because apparently that's nothing new. It is nothing new. No worries. He actually looks better like this. Like, you can tell he was made to be in this mode. Not sure I like that open. I think I like it closed better. But no, actually I like it open better. But in any case, yeah, there he is. And added bonus, if you have yourself an Energon Omega Supreme or this guy here, the Year of the Snake Omega Supreme, holy crap. You can see there's a big size difference. You can combine parts. So let's see. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take Optimus here. We're going to pull him apart. And we're going to take the body, and we're basically going to fold it into his truck mode. Like so. And flip these up into place. But we're going to leave his head up. We're going to leave the head up, and this is what you got. Now put it to the side. Now we're going to go with the picture on the box first, which has you combining the energon bits without, just by themselves. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull up these plug sockets that are all over, well, not all over Omega. They're on one on his leg, one on each leg, one on this arm right here, and then on his shoulder there's another one. And then you're just going to transform these guys into whatever mode you want. You're either going to transform them into their vehicle mode, like this guy, and then plug it onto a spot, depending on where you're plugging it. Or, I'm going to take this guy and we're going to put him up here, and you'll see why I did that in a little while. But right now, and they're like, I guess, giant mini-cons, if you will. And you're going to, if you're going to attach them to the feet, you have to turn them into foot mode. I guess you don't have to, but it makes more sense to do that than not. So, now I don't know if this is the exact configuration that's on the box, because I haven't actually looked, but, you turn them into the foot. Turn them into the foot, there we go. And then you just plug it into the socket. And then you do the same thing with this guy who's already a foot, and just plug it into the socket. And let's bring the camera up. And that is blurry. There we go. That is Omega in extra baggage mode. I don't know what that is. I guess, powered mode. So there's that, which looks kind of silly. Then there's this mode, which involves me to... It doesn't work too well with this figure, but put this up like this, which is why I'm doing that. If you leave it like this, you won't be able to do what I'm about to show you. Flip it up like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just take Omega and split him in half. And fold down the little turret in the back. I rotate his head and I collapse it into this little piece here. And then just put it straight up like so. Whoops. Oh, that was hot. My light's right next to me. And then open this door here. And open this door here. And then take the Optimus that you had in your truck mode with the head up. And you're just going to slide it in. Like that. And then you're going to take this piece and bring it together. And you can do that without having the extra bits on. And there you've got an Optimus who's so bulky the light's not shining in his face. But then you've got, whoops, Giant Optimus Supreme, I think is what they call them in this show. Or Omega Convoy in the Japanese, I think. Or Omega Prime. So you can flip that over, you can just have that like that. And that's pretty cool. And I like it. Now, this is where I can stop the review, but I'm not gonna, because see, if you're like me, you like to add extra bits to make things a little bit better or whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy up here, and yeah, you can see this how tall he is. He's taller than my backdrop, almost taller. You're gonna fold these bits down like so, but you leave this bit up. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna rotate it so the helicopter is facing out like so, because I think that gives a better aesthetic. And then take his gun and plug it into one of the fist holes. So, like so. And what did I do with that Optimus? And then take another gun, like, say, this Optimus, plug it into this fist hole over here. And now you've got extra firepower. You've got, his regular gun. And You've got the Optimus target master. You can put whatever guns there. It doesn't matter. But I just, just the thought of having an Optimus, wielding an Optimus was, pretty cool. And yeah, and for those who like to have their giant mechs fitted with a sword, I have a sword. This is from the Infinity Warfare upgrade set, the first one. I got the red version. I wish I would have gotten the blue one now, but got the red version. And you can see I modified the handle. So this way it gives the illusion of this Omega holding it. Now, Omega has ports on the side where you can plug any gun really into. And I don't have any other guns to plug into it, but anything with a standard port peg. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to give it the illusion that he's holding the sword. Now from there it looks like, hey, whatever. But from over here it looks like he's holding a massive sword. And let's see if I can get a. I mean, seriously, look at that. He's holding a massive sword. And since it's not really pegged into the hand, if you look closely, you can see it's kind of floating there. It is floating there, but what the hell? He doesn't have fingers. It's okay. And it just looks really, really impressive to me, anyway, to have him with a giant sword. So that's about it. You can get some posability out of him, but it's very hard to because he is pretty massive. But you can get him into some decent sword poses. I guess I'll put some pictures at the end. Here he is. So you can get a bit of a size comparison. This is how big he is. Oh, there's a Fall of Cybertron Jazz. Sorry, I don't know. My brain's at. And you can see in this configuration, he's quite massive. If you want to get a size comparison in his normal mode, good thing I've got two of these guys here. Let's put this guy right. Let's move your arm. And there we go. There he is next to Optimus, who is next to... Oh my god, it looks so huge. But yeah, the only other size comparison I can do, I guess, is... Here we have Cybertron... Cybertron. We have a Cyberverse Commander figure, which I think scales in with the Omega very well. But even with the Optimus, I like to think of this as sort of more of a mech suit or something, not really Optimus Prime, because the what do you call it? The proportions are ridiculous. Not the proportions, what is it? It doesn't scale. The scale is really ridiculous. And there is, well, this is Cybertron, Dark Scorponok. And he's a beefy Voyager. They call him Ultras, but he's a beefy Voyager figure. And you can see, yeah, that's really... I'm going to, again, put some pictures at the end so you can get a size. Oh, he's hiding. Let's put this guy over on this side here. So you can get a better, well, maybe not a better size, but this is pretty perfect the way it is. But yeah, you can see this is a pretty massive figure like that. Here, he's about leader size. He's about standard leader size or masterpiece figure size. Yeah. So that's it. I'm Islip, and I can't tell you to buy this figure because it is not perfect. This figure, this figure that's in that there, it's not perfect. In the truck mode, it looks kind of goofy. In the bot mode, he looks really goofy. In the super mode, though, he looks pretty good. He has a Voltron, again, Voltron you know, Megazord kind of vibe. And if you think of him more as a Megazord, as a mech that's piloted by other mechs, like, you know, say Optimus Prime, as rather than as a character, then he makes a lot more sense. And then you can use like little figures like this to scale better. Little figures like this to scale better, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm Islip, and I am extremely happy with my purchase.